NGO management is the topic which we shall be discussing in this session. What are NGOs? NGOs are created by the people and they work for the people rather than self gain. The working style of NGOs is distinct from government and commercial organizations. They discourage participatory management. WHO defines NGOs as groups and institutions that are entirely or largely independent of government and characterized by humanitarian or cooperative rather than commercial objectives. NGOs they show a great deal of diversity in terms of their structure, organization, and nature of work. Their ideologies are different. They pursue different approaches to cater to different segments of societies. What is NGO management? How are NGOs managed? NGOs should be managed by the combination of human behavioral, psychological, conscious, and ethical practices supported by the cultural realities of the region. That means the culturally relevant or culturally specific ideas of the region, which may be different from one country to another, area to area, even in the same country. Now, there are two branches of NGO management. First, trial and error practices, and second, strategic management. Trial and error practices means as NGOs are generally working on non-profit basis with different objectives than corporate or governmental organizations. Therefore, they rely mainly on their experience which they gain on field after trial and error. When we try to make financial gains, then we have to face very tough competition. NGOs are mainly meant for non-profit purpose, so they adopt very flexible approaches. In strategic management, there is a greater flexibility as NGOs adjust to the environment in which they operate. Let us discuss NGO management model. In NGO management model, we find that NGOs they have different identity. The corporate sector provides goods and supplies to NGOs, and then NGOs work to fulfill needs of the society in a different sense, especially by working for the marginalized people. In other words, we can say that NGOs are created by the people and work for the people rather than self gain. And if they do not work for self gain, that means their vision, planning, coordination, human resource development, and leadership will also be seen differently. NGOs do not encourage participatory and systematic management. Now we can see here that NGOs they are providing services to excluded, marginalized, and disadvantaged sections of the society. As far as the school or the class size is concerned, we find that it is very small whenever we are talking about any non governmental organization. The curriculum is adopted from government and the language of instruction is local only. The timetable which is framed, it is flexible, and the recruitment of teachers is community based. The teachers are paid, but most of them are volunteers. As far as the teacher training is concerned, teachers in NGOs are often untrained with on the job support provided to them. Let us now discuss Mike Hudson's strategic management process model. Here we find that the core concepts are external environment, vision, mission, objectives, strategies, and performance management. The vision, organization's view of the desired future. Then we have mission, purpose of organization, the objectives, what organization wants to achieve in fixed time frame, strategies, how human and financial resources will be managed, and performance management. That means feedback about performance of organization to administration. Now, what are the various tasks performed by NGOs? The various tasks performed by NGOs are preparing legal base, deciding organizational values, strategic planning and goal setting, leadership and decision making, staffing, administration, and finance. Now, let us discuss these tasks in detail. First is the legal basis, legal registration of the NGO. Legal registration of the NGO under the required acts as legal registration of an NGO is must. Why is it needed? If the organization wants to buy assets, so then it becomes easier in case the organization is registered. People they come and they raise funds in different ways by organizing camps, by organizing events. So, in case the funds are raised, then there should be some accountability. And this is also required for binding members by some regulations for making financial transactions. The credibility of the registered organization is always more. For filing income tax returns, organizations must be registered. Now, the second important task is deciding organizational values. It is the next step after the registration, and it is done keeping in mind the mission and ideology of the organization. It is a written statement which reflects the existence of the organization, the target community which is to be served by the NGO should be kept in mind, long term should be kept in mind, and for smooth functioning of the NGO, there should be rules and regulations for fixing their responsibility towards welfare of people and achievement of its goals. Next comes the staff requirement, and this is very important aspect because not all people working for NGOs are volunteers. They may have different reasons for joining an organization. The motive of joining an NGO must be considered before involving individuals in the projects. Then we have to find out total requirement of staff, staff required with different specializations, salaries and other benefits to be paid, time period for the requirement of staff, staff training, what is a mode of selection, and specific requirements of organization. The organization advertises for the vacancies available in the organization, specifying the nature of job and other details. Selection committee selects the required candidates and then they are asked to join within a stipulated time period. Then the candidates are also given guidelines at the time of induction. They must be familiarized with the mission statement, objectives of the organization, details about the work done, information about various funding sources, and contact details of associated people. Then, on the job training is given by the NGOs. For example, newly appointed teachers who are untrained, they work directly under experienced teachers and their progress is monitored. Now let us move to the next important task, that is administration. Important points regarding administration are proper system of planning, implementing and evaluating the projects which are undertaken, proper coordination between different parts of the system, proper planning and deciding objectives to be achieved, optimum utilization of all the resources, and while constituting governing body, the representation of women and time period for tenure must be decided. Then board members, they must have some legal, financial and technological skills. Even board members should be clear with the mission of organization and have progressive ideas to guide. Size of the board can be different depending upon the organizational requirements. Let us now move to the next important task, which is related to finance. Now, what are the important points here? A system of recording the source and utilization of money is very important aspect. Having an effective account management system is crucial, and in this case, help of a professional accountant or a firm is always recommended. Regular preparation and review of financial statements is an important task which should be done on regular basis. Monthly, quarterly, and annual statements can be prepared separately and reviewed regularly so that the status of the projects can be checked and compared with the planning which was done. Proper budgeting is required. Need assessment of the program can be done, identifying the issues related to the project. Detailed planning should be done for each activity in long term or day to day work. For example, calculating the daily expenses like hiring of vehicles, stationery, etc. All the transactions should be arranged in a proper order. Fundraising can be done in different ways by holding camps and events which can showcase the work of the organization and possibilities of community participation. Organization can gather support and finance. Learners, you can reach me at these two email addresses, and thank you very much for the session.